Nvidia stock made an all-time high today, February 5th. Again, getting very close to $700 a share, as we predicted back on January 8th when we published this video and shared it with everyone. How did we predict this? Well, we analyzed $94.5 million of a wealthy investor trading Nvidia. As usual on this channel, we find out what the rich are trading so that we can increase our profits by trading alongside the wealthy investors. So if you missed out on this video, make sure to subscribe. We'll put a link at the top and hit the bell icon so you'll be notified in the future so you don't miss out on these money-making opportunities. So in this video, we will review the unusual options activity today on Nvidia and show you how we are trading Nvidia based on this data that is, again, showing what the rich are trading for Nvidia. Are they bullish or are they bearish now, especially since earnings is coming up on Nvidia on February 21st. Okay, so without further ado, let's get to the data as usual. We can see here when the option times and sales tape loads. Okay, it takes some time. There's a lot of data that comes up. And you can see here that for today's most significant trade, 2,500, okay, we can see it happen at 156 at the 28-second mark. Okay, and we can see that this was being done at the February 23rd 550 strike calls and December 2024 650 strike calls. So what is going on? Let's take a deeper look at the option chain to find out. For the February 23rd, at the 550s, you can see here these call options have an open interest of 3,709. That's greater than the volume today for those 2,500. Based on our analysis, we believe that this trader is taking profits and closing out of this 550 trade. Okay, but that does not mean that they are bearish. What they are doing now is they're going to the December 2024 at the end of this year, and they are now going to the 650 strike calls. Okay, and what they're doing here, you can see the volume here is the 2,500 today, greater than the open interest of 1,300. So we know these are opening trades. And so this is what they're doing. They're opening a new trade at the 650 strike calls. They're buying these calls to open, and we can see that they paid this amount, $142.10. And we know that in options terms, how much is that? 142, we have to multiply by 100. So each contract of these call options costs $14,210. And since they opened 2,500 of them, this was a $35.5 million trade. And what direction is this? Are they bullish or bearish? Let's take a look. 142.1 is what they paid. And when you analyze this trade, you can see here that this is the trade here. Okay, clearly a bullish trade. Okay, with a positive delta of 68. So this is very important information, and we can trade based on this. Okay, and so this is how we are able to reduce our risk by trading alongside what the wealthy investors are trading. And what we do is we diversify our portfolio with a lot of this type of analyses where we find stocks and we analyze it, and then we pick stocks that the wealthy investors are trading. Not all of them are going to be correct. Some will be losers, some will be winners, but the majority are winners. And that's why you have to diversify your portfolio with a lot of these unusual option trades. Okay, if you want to do that and maximize your profits and reduce your risk, we'll put a link at the top here where you can gain access to our analyses of different stocks that the wealthy investors are trading. So you can gain an edge in the market by using this type of data to pick the right stocks to diversify your portfolio. Okay, and so after we picked our stocks, we then use options to trade it based on the same direction. Okay, so for example, we don't want to necessarily spend $14,200 for one of these call options. So what we did instead is we went with a trade that is shorter term, cost less. So for example, here it is. On the February 23rd, this is our trade here. You can see here, we were trading the 780 strike calls. The POS here is our position. And we are also in these two other positions, the 800 and the 810s. Okay, so we sold the 800s and bought the 810s and bought the 780s. And what we did by doing that was create a strategy right here known as a butterfly strategy. More specifically, it's a broken wing butterfly. Okay, and when we got into the trade today, it cost about $160 per trade. And so you can see here that the trade here, as the price goes up, it becomes profitable. And you can see we have a positive delta since we are going long and bullish, just like the wealthy investor that we had analyzed their trade, their $35 million trade. Okay, so we also want to go bullish, and we want to just spend something less, and we can position size based on this, which is what we do. So we can decide how much we want to risk by position sizing instead of having to buy one of these call options that the wealthy investor bought for $14,210. Okay, so by using these strategies, we can reduce our risk. Okay, and you can see that we have a pretty good risk to reward ratio, right? We're risking 160, right? Because that's the cost of the trade, and we can potentially make, you can see here, if it rallies above 800, we could make 840 at the blue line here. If it does end up around $800, we could actually make 1,800 per trade. Right? That's a very high risk to reward ratio here. Okay. So very favorable, in our favor, where the reward is much higher than the risk. So that is what we do. not only analyzing and finding the trades, but we also set up option strategies that are in our favor. All right, now keep in mind earnings is coming up, so anything can happen, and if any further data comes up, we may update our trade, and so that is also very important, that we have to stay flexible and adapt to the new data. So make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon, and let us know in the comments below what you think will happen to Nvidia for earnings. And as usual, please smash the like button and watch this video if you missed it on January 8th to learn more on how we were able to predict this continued rise on Nvidia. And you can learn more on our website. We'll put a link to. We have lots of examples and proofs of how this works, and examples of where the stocks go up as we predicted. So you can see lots of proof of concepts here. All right. Take care, everybody. Good luck.